Maria Ruiz, come down.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Sure.
so where are we on this?
Judge, so I've conferred with the state. Daniel had been speaking to me about this last setting.
Mhm.
I reached out to the community court, Matthew Howard's the EDA in charge of that. So they're gonna review her as an applicant for the court to see if we can possibly resolve it. Can we recall this possibly for Monday?
Yes. Norma, are we able to recall this for Monday? All right, we'll bring you back on the 8th. You understand?
Yes.
You have any questions about anything? All right, we'll see you back on the 8th.
Thank you, Judge. You have a nice day.
You're welcome, you too. All right, who's here on Darren Johnson? All right, where are we on this case?
Judge, I talked to Davidson about it. It seems real weird. This case was here on June 10th. And then on my indication in my file, I wrote that it was coming back for a plea deadline on July 29th. However, it was called for on the docket on June 27th.
Yes.
Which indicates that there was a no-show. We don't have any indication of why it was set for the June 27th. Because of my understanding, it was to be called back to the 29th.
Oh, it was the June 27th date was requested by defense because the defendant wasn't here, but there was a reason why she wasn't
On
here.
June 10th. Okay.
Yes, and so that's why.
Okay.
But we can put it on the 22nd,
29th.
the 29th.
29th of July, Judge.
All right,
Good.
the 29th.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll recall it for the 29th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. All right, we'll call you back for the 29th. You're welcome. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And are you from out of town?
I'm not, Your Honor. I live in San Antonio. I've been here since 2019.
Okay, so are you employed?
I'm on Social Security. I'm a registered nurse with a master's,
Okay.
but because I have these criminal charges I'm trying to clear right now, I'm unable to work as a registered nurse.
Okay,
I've been a registered nurse since 1988, and I worked at COVID ICU at University Hospital. That was my last place of employment.
okay. All right, so we'll see where we are on the 29th then. Usually the reason why I ask that is because I don't want people to lose employment because they're coming to court.
No, Your Honor, I'm glad to come anytime I receive notice. I wasn't here because I received no notice, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you. You always dress appropriately for court.
It's St. John Knit, Your Honor. I pick it specially for you. I watch you on TikTok.
Oh, okay. All right, the TikTok is not mine, but okay. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have to sign this recess.
Walter Weller.
William Davidson.
This is a plea. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 3954, State of Texas versus Walter Charles Weller. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris, Edelman.
Defense.
Honest on behalf of Mr. Weller.
And are you Mr. Weller?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor, and I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Weller, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And
Your
did you
Honor.
intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Weller, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is requesting a $2,000 fine and the state is recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Contained in exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objections, Your
All
Honor.
right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I don't know if the court recalls, but the court had reset this case a couple of weeks so that Walter could finish the dual diagnosis recovery program
Yes.
at Ripple Ranch. I just wanted to show the court that he has in fact completed that program and successfully completed it and has received a certificate of completion.
All right, thank you. Excuse me, could you hand that to probation, please? All right, is there anything else?
Other than Judge, he seems to be doing very well. He tells me he learned a lot from that program and he's excited to continue.
All right, so is he still working with them, an outpatient?
They have recommended outpatient program for him, Judge. He's got a couple of documents that indicate the different programs. I'm not sure if they're in San Antonio, is that right?
Yeah, well, then I also was going to attend a church in Elmendorf where I live. It's a Catholic church I normally went to, but I stopped going in 2020 with the COVID. And just never went back.
All right, and the facility that he was previously with, what's the full name?
It's a Ripple Ranch Recovery Center.
I'm sorry,
Ripple Ranch Recovery Center,
RIPP.
RIPPLE. Yes. No, it's in Spring Branch.
So where is Spring Branch located? What county?
281 North, I believe it's Blanco County, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it's Blanco County.
All right, so
And there was a 30-day inpatient program that he finished.
All right. So does he want to be transferred to Spring Branch?
No, no.
So where's he going to continue with his outpatient treatment with
It
them?
would be in, Elmendorf, Texas, where I live.
All right.
Yeah,
And do you have children?
yes, I have 3 now, Your Honor.
All right. And why was Candace, the juvenile Candace, does she live with you?
She lives on her own now, Your Honor.
And how old is she?
She's 19 now.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. There's going to be a $2,000 fine that will be probated, 2 years deferred adjudication, 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes that, that'll be deemed satisfied. We'll do a transfer to Elmendorf, Texas. You're not on probation in Elmendorf until they accept the transfer. You're to continue with your treatment with,
Elmendorf is Bell County.
Yeah,
it is so far, I mean, Elmendorf is in Bear County, but I will tell you, I represented a child and that was one of the longest drives ever. All right, thank you. So
yeah.
he will not be transferred to Elmendorf because he's already in Bear County.
Mhm.
Okay. So, but it's probation. He can live in Elmendorf then. There's going to be parenting classes. Once you complete those, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Are you to continue your treatment with Ripple Ranch Recovery System? There's going to be anger management, regular random UAs,
Okay,
regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Are you employed?
not at the moment.
All right. There's going to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. I'm going to ask for field visits 1 time per month until completion of TAP evaluation. And I'm going to order TAP evaluation and probation. If TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with outpatient treatment. All right. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, to be successful on probation in this court, communication is key. If you have a question, ask your probation officer. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court and we'll address it. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Maybe
Welcome. Missy Torres.
I'll wait to the front, ma'am.
Good morning. All right, are we here for sentencing?
I believe so, Judge. We had reset it for a couple weeks. For sentencing only. I didn't know if that meant there would be a TAP evaluation or not, but apparently not. So
Well, on this case, it would be, I think you all, both parties agreed to provide the court with a ICTC.
oh, well, I guess that would be the state because I certainly don't have access to
Yeah.
that.
Because I believe the state is silent.
Correct. If I'm not mistaken, Judge, your history is some misdemeanors. Sure. We want to get confused.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5145, State of Texas versus Missy Torres. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Casey Garrett.
defense?
I'm sorry, Robert Burns for Miss Torres.
And are you Ms. Torres? All right, you need to speak up so the court reporter can hear. All right, we're here for sentencing today. According to the plea bargain agreement, she pled no contest to count 2 of the indictment. She applied for deferred adjudication. The state is proceeding only on count 2 according to the plea bargain agreement. Punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison, and the state is silent on the defendant's application. The court requested that the defendant's criminal history be provided to the court. There were no objections to the court receiving that from the state. Is that correct?
Correct.
And any objections to the court reviewing that?
No, Judge, of course not.
Right. Thank you, state. All right, the state is silent. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, of course, Ms. Torres is hoping you'll grant her application for deferred. She's in self-employed cleaning houses. She has several customers that rely on her. She has a few kids. She's just asking for the court to maybe direct her to some outpatient treatment because she believes she needs some help with this problem. And other than that, again, she's just hoping you'll grant her application.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Honor. Missy Torres, Missy Ann Torres.
All right, so you're going to get drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
They will come back a positive.
Positive for what?
Methamphetamine.
All right, so how often are you using meth?
I only do it when I'm under stress, and I did it because I could get denied for adjudication, so
I'm sorry, what?
I could get denied the application. So I just kind of was, I just do it when I'm under stress. So I know I have a problem and I don't do it like around my children. I don't do it, every day. It's just, when I'm under stress and I was, really scared. So, and really under stress. So I don't do it when I go to work. I don't do it, every day, like I said.
All right, so how many children do you have?
I have 3,
What are their ages?
11, 8, and 5.
And where are they now?
2 of them are with their dad and 1 is with my grandma.
All right, with your grandmother, so their great grandmother?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, do you help take care of your children?
Yes.
How
I-
often?
I see them every other weekend and I don't pay child support, but I pay them. My exes and I have my daughter. My daughter is with me.
No, you just said your daughter is with the
Yeah,
great
but
grandmother.
I live with my grandmother. This was it.
All right.
So I help take care of her. She
All right.
helps me take care of her.
Okay. So 1, I don't think it's appropriate for you to be cleaning houses
Okay.
because of the nature of this offense. And 2, I don't think it's appropriate for you right now to be taking care of your children.
That's why I'm asking for help, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what?
That's why I was asking for help, Your Honor. That's why.
All right, your help is not going to be outpatient treatment if I grant this application for deferred adjudication. So you're going into custody today.
Okay.
All right. So it's just a matter of what I'm going to do with you. I will tell you the court's issue, and if you want to address this, I know the state is proceeding on count 2 of possession, but she had a lot of drugs with her.
No,
So I don't understand if you're working homes, then why do you have a scale with
Wait.
you? Because that's, according to this, you had drugs, you had a scale in your purse, and there were baggies totaling 32.0 grams.
well, Your Honor, I was a heavy user back then and it was.
Oh, you're not, I tell you what, I don't think, and if I'm wrong, correct me. I don't think you were using 32 grams of meth.
It was only 28.
No, you have meth here for 4.964 grams, and you also have meth for 27.459 grams. And what you pled to in count 2 was a possession 4 to 200 grams. So this is not a possession 1 to 4. So we're talking about 27 grams. And according to the stipulations, that what was found in your bag, it says, I searched her bag and inside a Paris Hilton makeup bag box were baggies, a scale, and crystal-like substance inside a cut vacuum sealed bag. That's from your Paris Hilton makeup bag.
So what I had, the meth was it was double bagged in a sandwich bag. So yes, ma'am, I know it was 20, but it's because that was my personal. I didn't have any other. And last time I went, they tried to only give me which was 14 grams. So I had to.
No, what I'm telling you is, they said the baggie found in Robert's pocket tested positive for meth and had a field weight of
That was
6.12
Robert,
grams.
that wasn't mine.
No, I'm not saying that was yours. So the 6.12 grams that were found in his pocket, they're saying that was his. It was in his pocket. But the baggie, which was found in Missy's purse, tested positive for meth and had a field weight of 32.09 grams. Now, mind you, what they do in the field, I already know that testing drugs in the field are not legal for court. So I'm not considering the weight and what they said in the field. I'm considering what has been given to me for laboratory reports. So this was the professionals testing it, not a presumptive. And it says 27.459 grams was the net weight of the meth that you had in your Paris Hilton bag.
Yes, Your Honor. And I will say that I used to use a whole ounce within 2 to 3 days. So I was a heavy user and like I said, they tried to give me half of that the last time and right now it's going for 250. So if I'm paying 250, I wanted the whole thing. I wanted to make sure. I'm just being honest and I'm sorry. Excuse me for being.
No, I
Transparent.
want you to be honest and I want you to be transparent.
I'm sorry for being transparent, but it's something that I feel like I work for my money and I didn't want just to get gypped again. I can promise you I didn't sell anything. It was because I've been gypped many times. So I did get it. Now it was double bagged because I don't know, that's the way they gave it to me. I can't, and it is my mistake and I'm taking full responsibility, but I wasn't selling drugs. I wouldn't. I said, I have a job and back then I was, a heavy user where I would just do it before work, after work, and I didn't have my children in my life. Now I do have my children back in my life and I'm trying to be a good mom. So I thank you for, giving me an inpatient program.
Well, no, I'm not saying I'm going to give you
Oh, I'm
inpatient.
sorry.
What I'm saying is that you're not walking out of this courtroom today. Either you're going to be going to prison or either you're going to be going to inpatient treatment. So it's very important that you be 100% honest with me because I'm telling you, the state proceeded on a possession, but the amount of drugs you had and the way they were packaged, that's concerning for the court. So you're saying that you just bought a bunch of meth and you were saving it up for use?
So I would use within 2 to 3 days, that was all my personal. Like I said, they tried to sell me half of that one time and I went back to the same person, but I said, I'm gonna weigh it myself to make sure I'm getting the right amount because I'm an addict. I'm sorry, I am. And we're not.
So you travel with your own scale?
Well, at the time I did, because like I said, I've been gypped and when you're an addict, that's all you think of, just how to get, make sure you're getting what you need. And honestly, I can see where I made my mistake, but I'm being honest with you. It was my skeleton measure. So my personal, that's it. And I don't know if Robert would tell you that was my personal as well. Like, I mean, I don't want to call him or anything you can if you want to. But he would tell you that's what I used to pick
Oh, no, I'm not going to be calling Robert because Robert probably has a case of his own.
Right. But I'm saying Robert can tell you too, within 3 days, maybe 2 to 3 days, really, it would have been gone and I would have been back doing it again. Now I don't. It was kind of like a stress thing. And
Where did you get your drugs to use today before you came to court?
Just an old friend. I hadn't talked to him since, and it was on Saturday when I knew it was, coming and I guess I felt, under pressure.
Can I
Yes.
say something? I think the fact that she would actually go out and do the same drugs that she's about to get sentenced for in a couple of days, I think really speaks to the fact that she has a serious addiction problem that I think only rehab can treat. And if you decide that's ISF or SATF or SAFE, we understand that, but I think she really needs treatment.
All right, this is what the court is there anything else for me to sign? All right, this is what the court is gonna do. I see that she hasn't been to prison before. I'm gonna find her guilty, sentence her to 6 years in the prison, the therapeutic community. There's to be no contact with Robert Marble, give her credit for any time served, and I'll retain jurisdiction.
Okay,
And you can explain to her what that means. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I'll tell them. So here's the thing. When I say that I'm going to retain jurisdiction, what that means is they're going to take you to prison. If you're following the rules at the prison, if you are working on yourself, because they have programs at the prison, your attorney can file a motion. It's called shock probation. Back when I was growing up, they would have scared straight programs. So shock probation is sort of a scared straight program. So hopefully when you go to prison, you will clear your mind.
Yes.
The drug use or the addiction that you have, the craving that you have will be lifted. And if you are doing what you're supposed to do at the prison, if there are no bad reports at the prison, when your attorney comes back for a request for shock probation, I will strongly consider it. So while you're at the prison, you have 180 days. That's when he needs to bring it back before me before that time period. So you're going to do 6 months. And if you are doing well, if there are no write-ups against you, then the court will strongly consider giving you probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So, well, I mean, these are going to be choices that you make. It's going to be completely up to you whether or not I strongly consider giving you probation. Your attorney will explain it to you further, but any programs that they have at the prison, like the therapeutic community, to address your issue, you need to take it. I know they have parenting classes at the jail. I don't know how long the transfer will be, but you need to take advantage of that. When you see people come before me and they've gone to anger management class, they've done parenting classes, they've availed themselves of everything at the jail and everything at the prison, that is what you need to do. You need to immediately sign up for it. If for some reason there's overcrowding and they don't give it to you, it would be better for you to have signed up for it than to just throw up your hands and say, I'm not trying. Do you understand?
Yes.
And next time, if you have a case before any judge, don't use before coming to court. You understand? But I do appreciate your honesty, but you're going to have to get your life in order. Otherwise, children is going to be without their mom. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. You're welcome.
thank you.
Okay, so shock probation, it is like a straight program. Basically, they go to prison. Hopefully they'll view everything. They won't want to go back. They'll get a clear head about everything. But if she does everything, more likely than not, I'm going to grant her a motion for shock probation. And I'll have her probably see if felony drug court will take her, or if Esperanza will take her some inpatient treatment. Okay. All right, the court is going to go on the record in 2024 CR 46411, State of Texas versus Thomas Contreras. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Yes, Your Honor. Luis Echeverria for the state of Texas.
Michael De Leon for Mr. Contreras.
Are you Mr. Contreras? All right, so state, you were stating several things off record.
Judge, just the complainant in this matter is the grandmother to the defendant or the accused, Ms. Campos. She is here in court today. She's sitting in the gallery. I have spoken with her, Your Honor. Now, I do want to make clear that I am not the ADA assigned this case. It belongs to Hunter Morris and a colleague of mine, but we are in the same division. I'm stepping in for him today. The complainant does not wish to prosecute. She tells me she has filed a affidavit of non-prosecution, but whether or not the court has a copy of that, that's not clear that the court does have a copy of that. What is clear, talking to her, is that she does not want to prosecute. It involves the allegations involve a cell phone that was taken from the complainant. Based on that, Judge, we are tendering a dismissal in this case.
Judge, we have no objection to dismissal. However, Mr. Contreras also has a resisting case out of County Court 15. He's been in custody since February. That case needs to be, well, the County Court 15 people need to be alerted to that particular case for a potential resolution.
All right. All right. And Mr. DeLeon, I know that you've just been appointed to represent Mr. Contreras. Do you have any objections to the dismissal?
I have no objections.
All right, then the court will sign the dismissal. We're off the record. Mr. Contreras, here's the thing. Your grandmother is here for you. But if there are mental health issues, you need to go to the Center for Healthcare Services and have that taken care of, because otherwise you're going to be right back here. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right. So your grandmother's here trying to help you. Maybe you want her help. Maybe you don't want her help. But I know if this ends up escalating to something else, she won't be able to help you. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.